Today we're making recipes with sneaky tofu. These recipes are so delicious and so good, and you won't even know that the tofu is in there because we aren't explicitly eating pieces of tofu. So we're starting off by making this vegan Caesar dressing. So first I'm actually just going to make some homemade croutons because they're fun and they're easy to do. All you need is some stale bread and just cut it into cubes. And then I keep it super simple. I just do a tablespoon of olive oil and then a little bit of paprika and garlic powder, and you could do some salt too. Toss them around, get everything coated nicely. You'll put it onto a baking sheet and then you bake them in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Super simple. Now we can make our dressing. So into a blender, we're going to add in water, apple cider vinegar, or you can use lemon juice. We're going to add in some capers. We're going to add in nutritional yeast, vegan Parmesan cheese. I'm using Follow Your Heart. And then I have garlic powder, salt, black pepper. And then we are going in with half a block of firm tofu. You do not need to press this, just cut it in half and pop it right into the blender. And then you just blend this for about 1 minute until it turns into a smooth, creamy consistency. Tofu is so awesome for us, and I love having these sneaky ways of incorporating it into my diet. So I'm going to add in some extra salt and garlic powder to taste. And there we go. Now our dressing is all done. While we blended up the dressing, the croutons finished cooking and they look so good. So now I'm just going to massage some kale with my hand. So I'm breaking it off of the stem first, and then I add a little bit of salt, and then you just want to massage it for about 2 to 3 minutes, just really giving it a nice squeeze. It helps to break down the fibers in the kale and it makes it better for eating. If you've ever had an unmassaged kale salad, you will know, because it probably makes you think that you hate kale. And trust me, kale when it's massaged is so good. See how it's such a dark green color and it's broken down? So then I'm going to add my Caesar dressing, and I'm just going to give this a nice toss and mix. And I'm also going to add some extra black pepper in there because I feel like Caesar salad has a decent amount of black pepper, and mix them around. Then I'm going to add in some more vegan Parmesan, and I also went in with some hemp seeds just for fun because why not? I never really use hemp seeds. I've got to start incorporating them more into my diet just because I think they're really good for you as well. So I'm just mixing everything around, and there we go. Such a simple, delicious salad. There's so many nutrients in here, and the dressing is so packed with protein, and it's awesome. So I'm just going to plate up my little kale Caesar salad here. I'll do the base. I'll drop some kale on my cutting board, and then I will add my homemade croutons on top. And then actually when I ate this, I had some tofu on there as well, and it was so delicious. And this is just like a fun little base recipe for a kale vegan Caesar salad. But I love this dressing. You could of course use it on sandwiches, wraps. It stays in the fridge for about 5 days. And it's really, really good. Just to make this look fancier, I added some extra vegan Parmesan and hemp hearts on top. And it was just beautiful. It was delicious. And I really love adding tofu into dressings because it gives you that super creamy deliciousness without having to add in anything too crazy. And it also saves money because as much as I love a nut-based dressing, nuts are expensive. So it's really, really good. It's versatile. It's easy. It's delicious. This pistachio cheesecake is made with silken tofu, and you would never know it. So first we're going to make our crust. So I have some vanilla sandwich cream cookies. I'm going to pop them into my food processor. And we are also going to add in pistachios as well because we want to hit pistachio at every level of this vegan cheesecake. So we're just going to pulse this a few times until it breaks down into crumbs. And then we will add in some melted vegan butter. We're going to pulse and mix this up again until we get something that resembles a little bit of wet sand. This helps the crust to stick to itself and be compact. So then I have a 9-inch springform pan that I line with parchment paper on the bottom, and I also always spray it with nonstick spray because I get nervous. So I'm just going to pour all that in there, and then I will use a little spatula to start pressing it down, and then we will use a flat bottom glass to really compress it in. And I love doing this step. It is just so satisfying, and I'm just making sure the edges are really nice over here as well. Beautiful. I'm going to chop up some pistachios in the food processor. You could also do this by hand, but I already have the food processor out and dirty, so let's make my life a little easier. And I'm just going to pulse these a few times until some of them get chopped up. I want this to be like a very rough chop. I want there to still be some nice big pieces of pistachio in there. And we're going to set that to the side. Now let's make our pistachio cheesecake filling. So we're going to start off with a block of silken tofu. Silken tofu is the softest tofu with the most amount of water in it. Then I have some vegan cream cheese. I'm using the Kite Hill one, or Miyoko's is great. And then we're going to go in with a box of pistachio pudding mix. Pistachio pudding mix is totally vegan. pudding mix in general is vegan. I think it's just one of those things that because it's made by the Jell-O brand and Jell-O has gelatin in it, people think it's not vegan, but it is because it's just cornstarch. And then I'm going to add in some sugar for extra sweetness. And that's it. Now we just blend this up until it turns into a smooth, creamy filling. And oh my goodness, this tastes so good. You could actually just make this, honestly, and eat this as like a pistachio mousse if you wanted to. That would be really yummy. And that consistency, like, look at that. It's beautiful. And I love that the pudding mix has actual pistachios in there as well. So now I'm just going to pour this into my pan, and then I will pour all of it out as much as I can get, and then we will spread it around in the pan. You could also make the filling in a blender, but because, like I said, I had the food processor out and it was dirty, let's just keep dirtying up the same thing. Add those chopped pistachios on top, and then this goes in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 to 60 minutes. When it comes out, it should have a slight jiggle in the center, not the whole thing, just that middle part is jiggly, and if you look at the top, it's slightly browned. We let this cool for 30 minutes on the counter, and then this goes into the fridge overnight. The next day now, it's ready to go. You want to have this in the fridge for at least 8 hours, but honestly 24 hours is best. This is after 24 hours, okay, because it really gets time to set and chill. I'm going to remove the springform pan, and we have our beautiful vegan pistachio cheesecake. I decided to dust the top of mine with powdered sugar because it just looks so pretty, and I don't think that this needs a lot in terms of garnish and things. It's beautiful. I have alternative ideas for you in the blog post, of course, if you would like to see what I suggest, but I think simple is best here because we just want those pistachios to stand out and be the star of the show. Now, after all of our hard work, it is finally time to cut into this, and I always get so nervous to cut into things, so I did cut the slice, but I did not show me removing it because I just was having stage fright, but it comes out beautiful, so don't worry. And I really need to get like a pie scooper. I don't have one, I just have spatulas. So this is our beautiful piece right here. How gorgeous is that? So stunning. And it's just so delicious. If you love pistachio flavored things, you definitely need to try this. I love it with the nuts on top. It's so good, and I think it's so cute for spring. It's just perfect. One of my favorite ways to sneak in tofu is with a creamy sauce. So we're going to add in onion, celery, carrot, garlic into a giant pan. Then we have half a block of firm tofu. We're going to add a cup of tomato sauce. This is Rayo's. I'm going to fill up another cup with water, and then we're going to cook this on the stove for 30 minutes over a medium heat until it looks like this. Then we are going to pop this all into a blender, and I love having this on hand for dinner because if you put this over some protein pasta, you've got a full complete meal with tons of nutrients. Going to add in a little bit of water to that pan just to get everything off of there, and then going to add in some non-dairy milk, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and nutritional yeast. Blend this up for 1 to 2 minutes depending on your blender until it turns into a smooth, creamy, delicious sauce. I love creamy pasta sauces. They are my absolute favorite. So this is really great for keeping on hand. And then I'm just going to pour it into a jar, and now you can use it however you want. Of course, I wanted you guys to see it in action, so I did cook up some pasta. I'm also going to add in a little bit of agave into here just for a little extra sweetness, which you don't have to do. It's your choice. You can not add it in if you don't want to. And there we go. Our pasta sauce is done. It's great. This will stay in the fridge for 5 days, or you can also freeze it. I really like doing that too, so then I have little frozen cubes of sauce. So I have my cooked up pasta here. This is the Barilla Protein Plus pasta, and then I'm going to add some sauce on there, and this is such a great meal. We're getting protein from the pasta and from the sauce. We're getting all of our hidden veggies, carbs. It's really great. We're maybe a little low in fat, so if you wanted to add some hemp hearts or something on top, that would be awesome. And so good, so easy. So I really hope that you enjoyed all of these sneaky tofu recipes. If you want more sneaky tofu recipes, I shared a video a few weeks ago with them. And as always, the full runout recipes are on my blog, plantfullybasedblog.com. I put all the ingredients in the description box down below. I read out anything you may need in the description box down below. The description box has everything. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you make any of these recipes, let me know what you think, and I will see you soon with more recipes.